What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another drawing tutorial. Patreon request today from Kayanur Core on Patreon. So he requested Josuke with soft and wet. So I have no idea what's going on in Jojolion. I haven't read it. Read Steel Ball Run, but haven't read Jojolion yet. So there seems to be like people swapping bodies and different stands being swapped and all this kind of stuff here. Like it's, I don't know. I've no idea, but he requested Josuke with soft and wet, and I was like, that does not make sense. But obviously, if you read the manga, it makes sense. Anyway, lots of JoJo requests. All my patrons are JoJo fans, it seems. So nearly all of them, anyway. So not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Let's go. Let's give this a go. We start with Josuke over here, and we start with his eye. He's in 3/4 pose. JoJo characters always in these difficult poses. So, eye line goes up, down this way. Right, and you'll have like eyelashes and stuff sticking off. You can't really see them, but I assume they're there. And then bottom eyelid goes that way, and this is quite a thick shadowy line. Like that, and then we'll add a little eyelid line there and some like eyelash lines or something like that. And then his iris, so it's like a semicircle sort of curving around this way. And we have him looking off this direction, so we'll put his iris there, or pupil, should I say. And then, of course, in JoJo style, we have lots of highlights drawn in on the eyes. Okay, so the eyebrow, real big, curves up, and then goes down to a spike, like that. And then bring it back up, down to there, and add some like hair and texture. And the eyebrow. So then, eyelid line and stuff going this way. And then there's like these lines on the edge of his eye, and it's done with all these hatching sort of dotted lines, right? So it goes up the side of his head. Like that, and something else coming down across his eye there. And then more hatching kind of coming down his cheek. Like so. So down from this eyebrow, we have his nose, so it comes down, curves out, around and in to there. It's kind of like one of those diamond sort of JoJo noses. You can't really see a nostril. So it goes like this way. And around there, and the tip of the nose is here. And then maybe a nostril, maybe here. It's just real dark, so I can't really make it out. And we just have some hatching and stuff kind of filling in this whole area. There's not much in the way of detail drawn in. Right, like so. Right, so in the other eyebrow, goes off this way. Much smaller, we can see a lot less of it now. That, and then some texture lines on it there. And then what we can see of his other eye, so just like cross eyelashes kind of sticking up here. And then eyelid line, eyebrow sort of area there. Bottom eyelid kind of sticks off there, goes back that way. And then his iris kind of goes down this way. His eyeball area. And then the pupil. Same sort of position as the other one. With some highlights drawn in. Like that. Okay, so then his forehead kind of goes out from his eyebrow up to there. And then the side of his face goes down. Looks like his cheek there. And then goes around his mouth. And then down for his chin, which goes around here, right? So a very particular shape now for the side of his face. This goes out and up for his jaw. Then straight up there. So real strong jaw, right? And then his mouth, so top lip, curves up there, goes down, up, and we go back. Like that. I'm gonna make his eyelashes bigger here. I think they look real big. Right, so then bottom lip. So comes around. Kind of goes down this middle area, back up to there. And kind of touches just the side of his face like that. And then the bottom of the bottom lip, around, up like so. And there can be like a thick shadow underneath here. And usually some hatching lines on the top lip. Okay, so at the top of his jaw here we can see his ear, right? So comes around like this. Quite big round ears in JoJo. Right? Curves around like that. And then earlobe kind of goes back around here. Like some more lines on the inside. Some hatching and things. Then his hairline, so shaved head, right? But we just have these sort of zigzags on the side. And then this comes all the way up like that. And the back of his head is just behind his ear. Up to about there. And then he has that typical sort of Josuke sort of 60s or 50s style hair that goes around here like this. It's kind of a bit smaller than the original. More shaved. Maybe we could have like an edge that's dark to it. Just here, and then there's like this, all this patterned stuff. So I'll just do this kind of thing, right? So it's just kind of done in real quick. And then all these ones that crisscross around it. So he seems to have done it in quite quickly, just sort of not too much detail on it. And it gets quite thick and stuff in areas. So of course, if you want to add more detail to this, you can, but I can't spend too long. I'll just do the bare minimum. Keep it simple, huh? Like that kind of thing. And then, so he has kind of a tail sticking out at the back of his neck. There. And then his neck, quite long neck, comes down into there. So then his head is like turned, right? So comes out from his chin, goes down that way. And then he has another sort of area underneath his jaw here, which has sort of hatching inside there, and that goes up behind his ear like that. And then he has another long neckline here, done in with hatching, like an Adam's apple maybe area here. And then trapezius comes off this way, like that, and another sort of neck muscle line or something. Going that way, and another sort of line that way. Matching there. And his trapezius on this side. So it's not like very anatomically correct, but because there should be, so that's a muscle. No offense, but muscle. Well, maybe he's okay. Yeah, and then there should be another one that goes down that way. So that's his clavicle. Right now, talking to myself. It's all defined sort of with hatching and stuff like that. So then, let's just say over here, so another sort of bump for his neck, and then his clothing is kind of ripped, coming across his neck and throat and stuff here. It just goes out like that, and then the other side. Sort of ripped and torn shoulder going that way, and then the other shoulder going off that way. So then he has all holes in his clothing, right? But we have the peace symbol. Still got that. And the love heart. There. And then inside, so for the peace symbol, we got those gaps. Some edge lines on them. Right, and then sort of holes in all his clothing. So just this, it's kind of like a pattern. And it's done in quite rough and stuff. So like another fold line coming across for his collar. Just there, and then this has gaps all in it. Kind of on his shoulder as well. Right. Okay, so that is Josuke, right? So let's do soft and wet now. Tilted head, right? So we'll do those eyes first. So just here. Circle, lines down the middle. There, another one here. Lines down the middle, and there's like these edge lines or something coming around. And then this line that goes right down the middle of the head, so it like comes down this way. Like that. And then he seems to have like patterns inside, so we'll just go with these. Right, and then his U-shaped sort of face goes around here, out the other side, up like that. We got like lines coming down here, and like a line for the side of the head there, up here, something else going up this way, up the temple. That, and then we have those big round ears. One there, and the other one comes out from side of his head. There. Right, so then long pipes going this way. Dark shadows on top. I won't color them in, but there's like dark shadow here, dark shadow here. I'll color them in at the end because it's just quicker for me. It's like all little hatching and stuff like that. And then top of his head, up and around. Yeah, and you want the eyes to be about halfway down. Well, a little bit lower maybe. Maybe his eyebrows are halfway down. So here to here is about the same as here to here on the eyebrows. Right, and then there is like a line going around his head there. And then a star in a circle on the top of his head. So like that. And then pipe coming out this way. Down, and then back down to there. And then a dark black shadow on the top. And another edge line here. Then his trapezius comes down this way. And he has a circle, a purple circle right here. And then the trapezius on the other side. There. Neck muscle that way. Neck muscle there. Neck muscle here. Like all dark black shadows and things. All drawn in. Dark black shadow in here. It's all dark black. And I think there's a dark black shadow around here as well. It's like black in there. Alright, so then he's got this big shoulder pad sticking off here. Right, like a wing of an airplane or something. It has an edge. And I think there's a star on this as well. We can just see the sides of it, so. Star this way. Right, and then his body. Just like this big round sort of thing goes in behind Josuke. And then he's a ball socket for an arm. And these limbs are real thin, almost like bones. And then he has, say, top of this area there, another going around that way. Out the other side of this ball, down and up and around the back, and then hatching inside here. And some hatching down here. And this sailor symbol here. So it's like an arrow pointing up. There. It seems to have an edge line to it. Side of his body there. And there's a deep dark shadow in here. And then the top of this sailor area. So circle. Sticks out down there. Down there. Down there. To there. That. And then like loads of hatching. If you want to add all the hatching that you can see in this image, go for it. But I think I'll leave it there. That is how to draw Josuke from part 8 with soft and wet. Hope it was helpful. Thanks for the request. Anyone else have requests that I don't normally do or anything really specific, head over to Patreon, sign up, and I'll get right on it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.